You're in Braves country.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God may green apple, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam, ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. A hanger, and she's gone, baby.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball! At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live as the Braves are on the road. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside, get set for what should be a great day on Braves Country Radio. We'll go through the lineups today as the game moves along. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves Country.
Good afternoon, Braves Country. Sorry we were a little late coming on. Technical difficulties. Won't bore you with all the ins and outs of that. We're going to do the roll call really quick, then we're going to come back for the lineups. So I make a real quick sound check to the stations. Sounds like everything's good to go, and I know it's good to go on YouTube. I can hear it as well, so we're good to go. All right. Who do we got in here today? Good to see you, Uncle Charlie Fritz. Country Club Mod. Tree Nug. A CC Mod. Justin Hightower in the CC. Iron Lung CC Mod. John CC Mod. Who else do we have in the club? Justin Green Machine, Justin Bubba Hightower, George Pearson. I'm sure PETA is around. B.A. Baracus is probably still hiding from the Alabama rammer jammered in the briar patch. That's all right, buddy. Y'all gonna be all right. Straight Shooter, good to see you. John, couple of mods. Iron Lung, not sure if I got you yet. There's Nicholas, George Pearson in the club. Let me scroll through the Jason Up and Adams in the club. James Fisher, Country Club member. Braden Quinn in the club. See if we got anybody else. Velvet, good to see you. Ozzy's starting to hit a little better. Good to see that. And there's Royal PETA. And the mods in the club. And I think that's just about it. If I missed anybody, jump in. Gary or the Real McCoy, there you go. If I missed anybody, jump in. We're going to take a real quick break because I'm going to come in and try to squeeze in the lineups before first pitch. It's going to be a tight one. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
You're in Braves Country.
Afternoon, Braves Country. Hey, look at there, Justin, right out the gate. Where are we at here? There we go. Had some technical difficulties. Thank you for the channel support, Justin. Fiber. Looks like it's a beautiful day here in Wrigley Field. Sun's is shining. We're going to hit at least the beginning lineups here to get you started here in 1 second. September 1st, which for you football fans, that means the real beginning of football season was this weekend. And for you baseball fans, it means we got 30 days left of regular season, and then we go into October, the most beautiful part of the baseball season. And we'll be doing pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play.
And we're going to wait to see what the matchups are before we dive into who we're going to do. But we're definitely going to try to follow at least one East Coast American League team. And the National League, it really depends on who gets in there in the first round and then how it folds out. Just because the Braves lineage, if Milwaukee and Boston are in it, we're probably going to do a lot of their games. Let me get this going on here. Leading off for your Atlanta Braves today, and this is a different bit of a spot. Jurickson Profar is going to be batting DH today. 12 home runs, 37 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .263. Batting second, playing first, Matt Olson. He's at first. 21 home runs, 77 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .269. Batting third and in right field, Ronald Acuna Jr. 15 home runs, 31 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .289. Drake Baldwin is behind home plate. 15 home runs, 62 RBI. Well, for some reason I lost it. It moved on me. That's all right. We'll run through it real quick. We'll go through it as the game goes on. Ozzy's batting fifth at second. Harris is at center field and batting sixth. Nacho at third, batting seventh. Fraley in left and playing short. The Cubs 1 through 9. It'll be Bush, Tucker, Suzuki, Happ, Horner. We've had more issues today. We are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. First pitch on the way, and yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch from Reyes, outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Jurickson Profar kicks and fires. Fouls it straight back. It's so 1-1 count. Let's see if we can bring it in now. There we go. 94-mile-an-hour fastball swung on and lifted. High into left field, fighting the sun out there as Ian Happ will make the catch. One away. One of my favorite series of all season because of the link that Harry Carey and the Cubs had to skip and then eventually Chip Carey and the Atlanta Braves. Of course, if you grew up in the 80s, 90s watching the Superstation, you saw both of these teams on your screen on the regular. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson is right there. First strike, it's 1-1. It is a beautiful sunshiny day. Don't ask me why the 3D is showing it's black as night out there. Looks like the lights aren't even on. The 0-1 inside. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Must be a setting they have to preset. They just don't want to mess with it later on. Righty-lefty matchup, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 95 miles an hour. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Swing. Lifted by Matt Olson. Down the right field line. That's going to get down for a base hit. And they got something cooking here. Matt Olson gets on board to start the inning, to start the game. This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
Left to right across the outfield for the Cubs, it's Happ, PCA, and Tucker. Around the horn, it's Shaw, Dansby, Nico Horner, and Bush. Kelly behind the plate, Rea on the mound. First pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna Jr. swung on and missed. High heat inside, it's a home. Acuna batting .289, 15 home runs, 31 RBI. The 0-1 inside, 94 sinker, just misses, 1-1. Mets lead the Tigers 10-8. We'll hit the out-of-town scoreboard as we go through this real quick. They're in the 9th. We'll do the Lightning version of this. Red Sox lead the Guardians 6-3 in the 8th. Astros 5-3 over the Angels midway through. The 1-1 swing. Soft line drive over to first. It's going to be L3 in your scorecard, 2 down. White Sox and Twins knotted up at 4 in the 2nd. A's over the Cardinals 7-2. They're in the 7th. Giants and Rockies just getting underway, as are the Brewers and Phillies. Reds beat the Blue Jays 5-4. Orioles and Padres tonight. Mariners and Rays tonight. Rangers are at the Diamondbacks tonight. Nats lead the Marlins, or actually beat the Marlins. It's a final 2-0. Four-seam fastball right there to Drake Baldwin. This is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Missed the game last night. Drake Baldwin with the heroics. And Hurston Waldrop looked great. 1-0. Just smacks the outer edge. It's 1-1. Braves ended up winning the final game of that series, 3-1. Waldrop, 9 strikeouts against that Phillies lineup. That's not nothing. The 1-1 count. Inside. 2-1. Righty-lefty matchup. 15 home runs on the year, 62 RBIs, 1 on, 2 outs. The infield back into the right. Swing, pops it up. Down the left field line, giving Chase's Happ in left field, but it'll bend into the crowd. 2-2. Beautiful sunshiny day here at Wrigley Field. Shirt sleeve weather. Winds expected to be blowing in just under 10 miles an hour from right center into left. So it may be a little more of a challenge to get the ball out in right field than it normally is in a day game in Wrigley. The 2-2 misses high, 3-2. Yeah, that splitter was nasty. But he had much better control of it than he did the previous outing. I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but is the payoff pitch, swing, fouls it away. I was going to put it in the chat, and because of the technical difficulties, I couldn't get to it. I had to redo a bunch of stuff today. But anyways, point being, Hurston Waldrop won the Pitcher of the Month in the National League. The payoff pitch, 94. Good night. We'll take the call, but that should have been a strike. We'll hit him to first and second, 2 outs. I mean, that ball painted the corner, man. If home plate umpire Jansen Visconti's not giving that, whew, I don't know about Spencer Strider's chances of keeping the score down today. So the Drake will head on down to first.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not
Ozzie Albies open stance from the left side.
The Drake is good.
First pitch on the way, swing, bangs it down the right field line. That's a fair ball. That's a fair ball. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will come across Matt Olson, making it 1-0, and your Atlanta Braves have jumped out on top. Let's get it, Braves country. The Wiz.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
Smoked that ball down the line. Diving attempt by Bush. I was talking about this today. Good friend of mine. And I was talking about the fact that Michael Bush, who's a very good player, if y'all aren't familiar with him, he's a very good player. Been up in major leagues for several seasons now. And it's spelt exactly like Bush beer, right? B-U-S-C-H. How in the hell have the Cardinals not backed up the truck to get that guy in uniform in Busch Stadium? I mean, if I'm owning the Cardinals, that's my number one thing. Those jerseys write themselves. It is unbelievable that some of these marketing gurus never think of stuff like this. Michael Harris II stands at the plate inside. Cutter, it's 1-0. And I know he's a Cub and usually don't see trades for players in your division, but if you give him a good enough package, he'd have been a part of it, and those jerseys would have flown off the shelf in St. Louis. 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. And you could easily lock him up if you gave him a bigger cut of the jersey and say, hey, man, we're going to sign you to about a 7-year deal. You're going to give us a discount, but you're going to reap rewards off those jerseys. 1-1 count. Swing lifts it into center field. Going back and sliding, falling, but still making the catch is PCA. Wow, what an adjustment. His feet came out from under him. He might have misread the ball, but a great catch by PCA. Not before your Atlanta Braves put one on the board. It's 1-0 here in Braves country.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
Do you make a drink for failures here?
Hold on a second. Phil, what are you drinking?
A Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Coaches got a shelf. Some coaches got 50 years. Some coaches got 12. Mine was 6. Good. I got to tell you, we had a meeting. Say, Coach, things are not going well. Say, Coach, you got $17.1 million on your contract. We're going to give it to you. I said, what time you want me to leave and what door you want me out of, brother?
Number 7. Roy, you're described as the key man in the Dodger fortunes, and they say as Campanella goes, so will the Dodgers go this year. Now, how do you feel?
Well, I feel fine, if that's the key.
Well, Campy must have been the key, for he helped lead the Brooklyn Dodgers to 5 National League pennants in the 50s.
When Roy Campanella was at the top of his game, I don't think there was ever a better catcher in baseball history. He simply did everything.
He had a magnificent arm, called the game beautifully, studied the game.
He was a catcher who not only could manage a game and throw well, but he was a good hitter, and he could hit with power.
Campanella and Yogi Berra are the only catchers ever to be named most valuable player 3 times.
No question about it. He just excelled, and he excelled in all departments of the game.
Were it not for circumstances beyond his control in both the start and end of his career, Cappy's final numbers would have reached a whole nother level.
Roy Campanella, unfortunately, got to the major leagues late, like Jackie Robinson. But when he got to the major leagues, he was a man of much experience.
What people forget about Roy Campanella is he had been catching professionally since he was 15 years old.
He was a complete catcher, and it was just a tragedy when his career was interrupted prematurely without automobile accident.
That crash in January of '58 paralyzed Campanella, and his baseball days were over.
Welcome back to Braves Country Radio. Spencer Strider comes to the bump. He fires the first pitch in there. 95 at the knees. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Michael Busch to lead it off. Busch. He's got an 846 OPS on the year. The 0-1. Down and in. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Bangs it down the line. Foul. 1-2. The 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the curveball. 1 away. Good pitch by Strider. Hopefully he's got... Last time out, he was good. Now, previous 3-4 times out, he was looking really, really bad. But last time out, he looked really good. Hopefully he's back to that kind of form today. First pitch on the way to Kyle Tucker is a bender in the dirt. It's 1-0. Kyle Tucker batting .270 on the year. .21 home runs, the right fielder who will be a free agent Wind is starting to swirl now. Looks like it's pushing more towards left field, not in. The 1-0 chops it on the ground over towards the right side. Olsen's on it. He'll step on the bag. 2 down. Left to right across the Braves outfield today, it's Fraley, Michael Harris, and Acuna. Back to normal in the infield, Nacho, Allen, Ozzie, and Olsen. Drake behind the plate. Ozuna is getting the day off. Jurickson Profar is the designated hitter for just joining us. This is the 3rd game in a row Ozuna has been put on the seats. First pitch to Suzuki is a 4-seam fastball out there for a ball. It's 1-0. That kind of tells you that they're not going to make an offer for him, because you're not going to win any favors. As the 1-0's fouled back, it's 1-1. You're not going to win any favors if you're trying to bring a guy back for free agency. If you're benching him down the stretch, you're basically eating up any of his chances to add to his stats. The 1-1 misses high to it. The 2-1 count. Swing, lifts it out to left field. Down for a base hit, a one-hopper in the glove of Fraley, and it's a 2-out single for Suzuki and the Cubbies. So 1 on, 2 out. And that'll bring the number 4 hitter, the cleanup hitter, Ian Happ, from the left side. First pitch on the way is 95 at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Happ hitting .234 with 18 home runs on the year, 63 RBI. 95 on the outer edge. Good pitch. Paints the black. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. They called that first pitch a ball. That ball was right there in the zone. 1-1. Runner goes. Throw is high and wide of the second base bag. Suzuki will steal that on Baldwin with ease. And it's a clean steal for the Cubbies, and now they've got the tying run in scoring position. We've seen this a lot. It wasn't even that great of a jump, to be honest with you. Suzuki made his move after Strider was starting towards the plate. The pitch on the way is sizzled back foul, 2-2. It wasn't a terrible jump, but it wasn't a good jump. It was a tough pitch for Baldwin. It was down and away, and he had to backhand it, but he sailed that one almost into center field. The 2-2 count. Righty-lefty. Strider comes set, brings it in the dirt. Good block by Baldwin. We'll pull the stream back, see if we can get a decent look at it here. He was doing some funny things in the break, so we had to restart it out, but maybe it fixed itself. The 2-2 chops it over the head of Strider. Ozzie's got to hurry, fires it to first, and he'll make the throw just in time. 4-3, good hustle by Ozzie. Solid throw, and that'll end the inning. Braves lead at 1-0. We will go to the top of the second here in Wrigley.
Every time I see a homeless person, they got a dog. Y'all investing in the wrong roof.
What's the worst UK accent?
Probably Birmingham.
Okay. Everyone says that. Or Scouse.
No, I like a Scouse accent, but Birmingham.
Where are you from?
Newcastle.
Everyone's favourite.
Up the twos.
I got lost in the game. I mean, the ballpark, and the people, the color, the sounds, the smells. And it's a passion. It's a very, very big part of my life. Sometimes I like to be 11 years old. I like being part of something that's bigger than me. It's good for your soul to invest in something you can't control.
You're a romantic. You have a lyrical soul. You can love under the best and worst conditions.
What a big at bat by Lieutenant Dan. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Jorge Soler, and it is swung on and roasted into left field. Ramalama ding dong, zip boom bam, over the bullpen wall. It's 3-2, your Atlanta Braves. That ball was crushed like an ant. Absolute jackpot, baby. 3-2, Atlanta leads the game, and the place is going bananas. I hope y'all are dancing in your living room or wherever you're at. Atlanta, back-to-back solo jacks. We've got a 1-run lead. Look out. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back. Nacho Alvarez leads us off. Swings at the first pitch he sees, dribbles it over to third. 5-3, one away. Nacho was 0 for 2 previously against Ray, and put him down for 0 for 3. This is probably why Jake Fraley's in the lineup. Listen to these numbers against Ray. Rhea, remember, he's seen him a lot in this National League Central because Rhea is a Cub and he's a former Brewer. He is 6 for 12 with 2 home runs. First pitch on the way is 93 right there for a strike. It's 0-1. He's our pick to click today. And we're going to take, we didn't get the numbers in, so we'll take the Braves to win. We'll say a fairly high scoring affair. We'll say 6-3. As the cutter's inside. Didn't get a chance to pre-record our intro like we normally do, so weren't able to make any of those picks earlier, so we'll take what's left. I think Fraley's a pretty good pick. 93 off the edge, 2-1. So 2-1 count. Wind is starting to blow pretty hard out there in center field as the 2-1 swing and a miss. Pulled the string 2-2. It's swirling. It looked at that point, it was almost pushing in, but the previous inning, it was pushing towards left field. So I guess it'll be a battle all day long. It may make for some really difficult plays in the outfield. The 2-2 count, inside 94 miles an hour, dances out of the way. Full count. Fraley, 6 home runs on the year, 23 RBI. The full count to Fraley brings it. Outside wide ball 4, so he'll head on down to first. Jake Fraley, by the way, I don't think we ever really introduced him to y'all before. He's 5'11", 206, out of Frederick, Maryland. Nick Allen swinging a miss at the first pitch. Righty-righty matchup, it's 0-1. 1 on, 1 out. Infield back into the left, playing Allen to pull. 0-1, inside. That seems like that's a default because Nick Allen, quite a few of his base hits this year is him shooting the ball to right field. He will pull it, but typically when he pulls it, he pulls it over the infield. 1-1, swing and a miss, runner goes. Here's the throw down to second. They're going to say he's out. Let's see what Fraley's reaction is. He's standing there. They don't want to challenge it, so he's gunned down. He didn't get a great jump And it looked like just before his hand could hit the bag, they smacked him in the wallet going by. So what wasn't a great throw per se was a very good tag applied by Nico Horner. So 2 outs now, the 1-2 to Allen. Caught looking strike 3. You got to swing the bat, Allen. Good night, Irene. We'll be back in a flash. 1-0, bottom of the second we go here in the Windy City.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
I woke up this morning and I felt like absolute garbage. For anybody who wants to know what garbage is, it's French for trash.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. It's a tough time for any kid, and especially now as he stands naked under the world out there in right field, and they taunt him and they chant his name.
He takes his cap off and reacts to it. It's just been a tough time.
I tell you, it's a tough business.
You guys are all just like really misogynistic.
How do you define misogyny?
I don't know. I don't like this.
I'm just asking how you define misogyny. Are you okay? Like, do you want to go as in leave? Is it because I asked how you define misogyny? Is that the...
No, I'd like to go home if that's allowed.
Because I asked about how you define misogyny?
Armchair.
Harry Wright, a former center fielder for the Knickerbocker Baseball Club, believed there were big profits to be made in baseball. And in 1869, he assembled the very first professional team, Cincinnati Red Stocking. Only one of Wright's Red Stockings actually came from Cincinnati. Most were young New Yorkers, 19 or 20 years old. Wright drilled them in the fundamentals, insisted they be silent and businesslike on the field, and dressed them in knickers to boost their running speed.
Welcome back. Spencer Strider goes back to work. First pitch on the way from the quad father is a four-seamer. High and out of the zone, it's 1-0. You U.S. Open fans is the 1-0. Swing, lifts it, high down the right field line. Acuna giving chase, fighting the sun. It'll bend into the crowd foul. 1-1. The number 3 seed Coco Gauff has been knocked out by Naomi Osaka, for those of y'all that follow that. Well, that's it, because that's about the only person I follow in tennis is Coco Gauff, so I'm done. See you next year. 1-1 count. Righty-righty matchup as Nico Horner stepped out of the box, taking his time out. 289 on the year, 5 home runs, 54 RBI. The number 5 hitter for the Cubbies. 1-1 swing, lifts that. Right center field going back, fighting the sun. Acuna's got it. 1 away. You got a couple of good swings on Strider. Strider's got to be careful with that next time, the next go around. The only 2 people who'd ever seen Strider before, this surprised me. I realized he was out last year, but he's pitched in the National League for a few years now. Tucker and Bush are the only 2 that have ever faced him. Tucker 1 for 3, Bush 0 for 2. First pitch on the way to Carson Kelly is slider at the knees on the outer edge. It's 1-0. 1-0. Jason fires. Pops it up down the right field line. Man, Acuna's, he can't find it. Where's the ball? Into the crowd. He's having a hard time with that sun out there, and every ball seems to be popped up in his direction. He's got his shades on. He's doing all the right things, but that sun is smacking you. If you're in the right field, it is smacking you in the face. And with the wind, well, it's calmed down now, but at one point it was blowing in pretty hard. it was knocking it down. It was going to make all these fly balls kind of hang up there. The 1-1 pitch is a slider banged on the ground into the dirt over to third. Nacho to Olsen, 5-3 put out, 2 down. And as soon as I say it calms down, then they show another angle it's starting to pick up again. So it's definitely a swirling wind. We'll just see. It feels like it's going to be a big, big factor in today's game. First pitch on the way is a curveball. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. High and out of the zone, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, 2-0. The 2-0 count, 95 high and out of the zone, ball 3-0. Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA, as he's affectionately known here in Wrigley Field. 28 home runs, 83 RBI, a 7.86 OPS, the 3-0. Fastball right down the pipe. 3-1 pitch. Swing! Broken bat. Ball goes over to Ozzie. He'll take his time and flip it over to Olsen as PCA was kind of a jam shot, and he was slow getting out of the box. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the third we go. Profar leads us off, the designated hitter.
Do you know that insurance companies are warning campers that if your tent is stolen at night, you won't be covered?
Do you ever think about what we just talked about, the home plate? You ever wondered where in the world did they come up with the idea of a plate? Well, if you do some research, it's kind of interesting. Before 1900, home plate was a 16-inch square. All the other bases are 15 square inches. It was just another base. They turned it so that one point of the base would be facing the pitcher, but that didn't seem to work. Over the years, believe it or not, they used a lot of things to be called home plate. At one time, back 1869, home plate was actually circular and 12 inches in diameter. And way back then, home plate was made of wood. Some of them were made of cast iron. Some were even made of marble, or, believe it or not, a plate. A real dinner plate. And that's why people call it the home plate.
When you think about it, the Yankees have had phenomenal catchers in their history. Bill Dickey was the first of them. He really set the standard.
During his career with the Yankees, Bill has caught 100 or more games in 13 consecutive seasons.
He still, to this day, has the record for most games played by a Yankee catcher, 1,708 games. Dickey was a guy who could be counted on day after day, year after year.
An 11-time All-Star, Dickey owns the second highest career batting average for a catcher.
Bill Dickey fit perfectly into the Yankee slugging tradition. He totaled 202 homers.
Dickey was a magnificent hitter, and his peak years, from 36 to 39, each of those years he hit over 300. He hit more than 20 home runs. He had more than 100 RBIs.
Derringer hooks one over to Dickey, and again the apple takes a ride as Dickey's smash travels into the deep right center field bleachers, and the Yankees lead 2-0.
Gen Z is called the Christopher Columbus generation because they're out here thinking they're discovering.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way was a strike to Profar. He'll follow up that with a swing and a miss. Curveball in the dart. It's 0-2. Profar, the designated hitter, may be something you'll be seeing more of in 2026 as the 0-2 misses high, 1-2. I think there will be an idea to sign someone that you can move in and out of the field of play and the designated hitter, not just have an actual designated hitter. If they can't land someone like a Schwarber, 1-2, he'll go around. He did strike 3. Third base umpire rang him up, Austin Jones. Away. Chad Olson, the batter. First pitch on the way. Sweeper right there at the edge of the knees on the outer part of the plate. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Misses inside. Cutter bounces off the glove of Carson Kelly. It's 1-1. Infield back into the right. Playing Olson to pull. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Scored a run after Ozzie Albies banged him home. 1-1. Swing, fouls it straight back 1-2. So if you took Olson to click, that click is clacked. Ozzie has clicked with a hit and an RBI. We define it by a total of 2, whether it's bases, RBIs, or runs. Oh, Reddit guy. Okay. 1-2 count. I thought you were talking about someone on ESPN last night or something. I didn't know. Thought it was in reference to the games. 2-2 count. Outside wide 3-2. I don't get a chance to hear any of the stuff that's being said on these games. That's why I'm always curious if I missed something or if they're talking about something. And I try to go back and listen to the TV cast, but most of them are unbearable. The 3-2 fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. Full count to Olson. Swing, fouls that one back, split. Payoff pitch, Rhea, his 44th pitch of the afternoon, brings it. Swing, kind of peppers it down the third base line, foul. It's not a terrible idea. They're playing him on an over shift. If he just makes contact and dribbles it down the line, we're talking about extra bases. Full count. Swing, slaps it down the line, foul. We'll do it again. I think the Cubs play-by-play guy is trying to establish dominance over Atlanta's. He's standing up, towering next to him, while the other two are sitting. I'd be like, dude, if you want to stand up, I want to stand up. That's how this is going to go down. The payoff pitch, outside wide ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. And the Ice House off to a pretty good start today. Second time on base.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House.
Smooth as it gets.
Man, it'd be fun to watch him heat up down the stretch. I'd like to see Acuna wake up too. He is not batting nearly as well as he was when he was in the 1 spot. First pitch on the way, swung on and fouled straight back. It's on 1. Now batting .287. When they put him in the 3 spot, he was hitting .332. That's not coincidental in my book. He's been off the IL long enough where it's got nothing to do with that. The 0-1, swing, fouls it away. I believe he's only had 2 home runs. So I want to say he came back. I think I had it in my head the whole time that he was sitting on his jersey number, which is 13. He really is. He's not hitting terribly, but for his standards, it is. The 0-2 pops it back foul. Do it again. Part of managing a squad is knowing how to manage the personalities, and I just he doesn't seem to be having fun right now. The 0-2 count. The wind blowing in from center. Dead center right now, the 0-2. Inside, got him in the leg. Sinker. No way that was intentional. Rhea and Acuna are standing about 5 feet from each other, but there's no animosity there. I don't think it got him in a bad spot. It almost got him in the wall. It looked like it hit him right below the wallet on the left leg. So it'll leave a bruise, but he should be okay. So 2 on and 1 out, and that'll bring the Drake to the plate. Drake Baldwin. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Splitter misses high and out of the zone. It's 0-1. The Drake walked his first time up. The 1-0. 87 cutter just grabbed the outer edge. 1-1 count. Swing! That ball's belted high and deep, but it'll bend foul and into the crowd of Wrigley. 1-2. This is the first game of the season series, in case you haven't paid attention to that, is the 1-2. Swing lifts it into right. That's down for a base hit. That should score a run. Tucker fires the ball towards the infield, and they're going to hold Olson. I don't know about that, man. I know one thing. Freddie Gonzalez can't come back as the third base coach. That was a pretty deeply hit ball. And I get it, Olson doesn't run that fast. But Kyle Tucker was playing right in front of the warning track. And it was a looping hit. And it would have taken a perfect throw, which they did not get. And the reason why Olson had just hit third base, if you're watching on video, is because Freddie had already put up the stop sign. The 0-1, Ozzie Albies as he fouls the first pitch back. And remember, that was the biggest problem with Tui. He couldn't read it. I don't see any difference between him and Freddie. And they're not all going to be overly aggressive like Wash was, is the 0-1. Check, go around. He did 0-2. Astros lead the Angels 6-3 in the 8th. Luis Garcia came off the IL today for the first time in almost 2 years. Is he 0-2? Bangs it foul. And I never thought I was going to miss, because Wash did some really boneheaded sends. But all in all, I would take that over what we get now. The 0-2. Swing, bangs it over to first. Here they come home. That'll be an easy out. And the bases will stay loaded, but there are 2 outs. So Ozzie heads to first on the fielder's choice. And we'll see if we can get something in. Ducks all over the pond. Michael Harris II coming to the plate. Be a good time for some heroics from Michael. First pitch swinging, lifts it into center field. That ball's going to get down. Diving attempt by the right fielder Tucker, and 2 runs will come home to score, and your Atlanta Braves had taken a 3-0 lead. Sometimes it's better to hit them where they ain't as opposed to hit them hard. I think the wind knocked that down.
Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying?
Center fielder PCA was breaking on it, and he gave way to Tucker, who was calling for it. And Tucker kind of stumbled and bumbled and then dove at the ball, and it might have had something to do with the, he also took his eye off of it. He thought PCA, it was one of those, I got it, you get it. So we'll take it. Runners on the corners. I know it shows first and second on your screen on if you're following along at home on the Braves cast, but it's runners on the corners in 2 outs. The Braves lead at 3-0. That's not nothing. Nacho Alvarez will be the batter. still hasn't hit a home run yet. We've been waiting to bust out the Nacho home run sound bite. That thing is dusty. Fires it over to first. Did they get him? They're going to say they got him. Leaning off of first base. They don't want to challenge it, so Harris got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Didn't get a good look at it. They're showing it now. Oh, yeah, they got him. They got him. Up on the shoulder before he even got into his slide. We'll be back in a flash. The Braves put 2 on the board and lead by 3.
Y'all skinny fellas better enjoy y'all's hot boy summer, because in a couple months it's going to be fat boy fall, and these women don't want to cuddle up with a TV remote.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your hind parts. And then you will run a mile.
Number 5.
Mickey Cochran was a fine all-around catcher.
He was known as a splendid receiver, strong-armed, and extremely tough.
Not only is Mickey a grand backstop, but Connie Mack has him up here near the head of the batting order because Mickey is one of the most scientific hitters on the club.
Cochran could hit, Cochran could run, and he could do both well enough to hit third in the batting order, which was without precedent at that time.
Number 3, Mickey Cochran, the hittingest catcher in baseball.
A career batting average of .320 and a career on-base percentage of .419. Each of those figures is the highest in the history of baseball for anybody who's caught 1,000 or more games in their career.
Mickey was a Hall of Famer, a 2-time MVP, and a winner.
An inspirational leader, he sparked the Philadelphia A's and the Detroit Tigers to pennants.
He was the driving force in 3 Philadelphia Athletic pennant winners, 29, 30, 31.
Then he went to the Tigers and led them to 2 pennants as their player-manager in 1934-35.
Here's the base hit by Mickey Cochran that knocked in the winning run in the 6th game and gave the Tigers the World Championship.
So from 1929 to 35, he led teams to 5 World Series.
Unfortunately, after just 13 seasons, Mickey's playing days came to an abrupt end.
He was accidentally hit in the head at Yankee Stadium, and that ended his career. But while he was in the prime of that career, there were none better behind the plate than Cochran.
I heard that corduroy pillows are trending. They're really making headlines.
Atlanta leads this one over Chicago, 3-0. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. And the first pitch on the way is to our old friend Dansby Swanson. Pitch is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Their first ever meeting, Strider versus Swanson. 1-0 right there. 4-seam fastball, 1-1. Both were a part of the 2021 World Series championship team. Although Strider only pitched in September in the September call-ups, which began today, as the 2-0 chops it over to short, 6-3. Allen to Olsen, 1 down. But nonetheless, Strider did get the ring ceremony. I think he only pitched maybe 3 or 4 innings that entire month. But we were at the stadium on opening weekend. They gave the rings out on that Saturday. They started against the Reds on Thursday. And he was out there with the ring ceremony. First pitch on the way is a slider off the plate. It's 1-0. That's one of the coolest things about when you win the World Series like that is the 1-0. Outside wide 2-0. They do the victory tour in every stadium they stop at. If a team is now on the opposing team, they'll do a ring ceremony before the game. And it's just cool to see the guys that were part of the team, because I can remember a few guys all around the league. I remember when they played the Cubs, a couple of the guys like Drew Smiley were out there getting the rings. 3-0 count to Matt Shaw. 227 on the year, 11 home runs. The pitch on the way. 94 at the knees, 3-1. I didn't know if I remember going out there that night and thinking, I don't know, like watching a ring ceremony. And then you get caught up in it. If you're a fan, you just get caught up in it. Is it 3-1? just below the knees. Slider misses, full count. Or below the knees, misses. He'll walk him down to first. But I remember not knowing what I was going to even be thinking. I was like, I don't know. Watching them get the ring. We don't get a ring, but why do I care? And then you go out there and see the emotion on their faces, and it was just really cool to watch. Because I don't remember them televising that in 95 going into the 96 season. They did televise that in 2022, but we were in the stands and they put it on the Jumbotron. You could see all the guys as they flip it over to first and try to grab the runner Shaw, who was leaning towards second. He's back safe. Michael Bush struck out his first time out. 26 home runs on the year. First pitch off the 0-1 is banged down the first base line. It's 0-2. Spencer Strider throws a four-seamer, a slider. He has a curve and a change, but it's really that slider and four-seamer that comes in at 90% of the year, 90% of the time all over the year. The curve and change, curve at 7%, that change is really a show-me change. It's just to keep you off balance. Strider comes set, lifts the red glove, turns and fires. Just off the plate changeup. Speak of the devil, there is the changeup. He's had pretty good control today. Even that changeup, he didn't miss by much, and he may not have even been wanting it to hit. He may have been wanting him to chase. So a 1-2 to Bush. Swing, slices it towards left field. Coming over, making the catch is Fraley. 2 down. One on and 2 outs now. Just joining us, this was a 4:05 first pitch, a Labor Day special. Braves lead at 3-0. Scored 1 in the first, 2 in the third. First pitch is a bender. Here comes the throw down to second, and he'll be safe. That one you can't put on Drake Baldwin. The base runner, Shaw, timed that perfectly. He threw the curveball, and that just takes forever to get down there. Pretty good throw, honestly. A lot closer than I thought it was going to be. But he definitely beat the throw and held the bag. So Shaw with the stolen base. He's in scoring position. Tucker on the 0-1 count. They did call that a strike. Righty-lefty, the 0-1. Swing, bangs it over to second. Ozzy's got it. Flips it over to Olsen. 4-3, and that'll end the inning. So, a little bit of trouble, but we got out of it. The Nacho Man will lead us off when we return.
Some people exercise before breakfast. I've watched a show I didn't like because the remote fell on the floor.
You can't go cheap on the TP. So I'm going to throw the honorable mention of diapers. You can go to a lesser name brand and there's a median there, store brand diapers, garbage. You will have more blowouts and cleanups than you will know what to do with.
Are you willing
It is not worth saving the dollar.
Are you willing to go to cloth diapers to save money?
No.
Does anybody still do that? What a terrible idea that
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Do they?
There are people. Yes.
That's such
and
a
they need
terrible
hug me
idea.
jackets. They have lost their mind.
I
There's
mean-
no way I would process that thing through my washing
Why would I
machine
want-
and then ever wear anything out of it again?
I mean, if someone drizzles on my shoes in the men's room, I'm throwing them out. I don't want a full-blown episode and go, well, we can reuse those. Don't throw them out. Who came up with that idea?
Armchair. Moving on, the holiday party. I put you two in charge of the dessert, and I specifically asked for an edible arrangement, like a fruit basket of sorts, not an arrangement of edibles. What went wrong here? I delegated this to Brian and I told him to get an edible arrangement.
Oh yeah, that wasn't clear to me because Kate said the brownies were a big hit last year, so
Matt literally had 4 of them and he was so relaxed that he fell asleep during our Secret Santa.
For the first time, to the shock of the baseball community, he paid each player a salary. The highest paid was Harry's brother George, the shortstop, who received the considerable sum of $1,400 a season, 7 times the average working man's wage.
First pitch on the way from Rhea to Nacho Alvarez is a 4-seam fastball out there for a strike. It's 0-1. 3-0-1. Kicks and fires. Check swing. Did he go around? Check down the line. He did not. 1-0. Looks like the 3D starting to work a little better, so we'll try to move it around more. 1-1 down and away to him. There for about a week, it seemed like every time we moved it, the thing jammed up, so we were trying to leave it alone and see how it goes now. 2-1 count. It's been a little better over the past weekend, so we'll try to change the views for you from time to time. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Righty-righty matchup. 2-2 count. Brings it. Swing. Chops it up the middle. That's going to dribble through for a base hit. And the Nacho Man's on to lead things off here in the 4th inning.
Whoa. Hey, check it out.
What?
Look. That guy.
Get me some nachos.
It is a sign. A sign that needs nachos to help me score.
Not a hard hit ball, but hit them where they ain't. Right up the middle. Kind of dribbler in between the 4-6 hole, just left in the second base bag. And the Braves have 1 on and nobody out. That'll bring Jake Fraley, who walked his first time up. First pitch on the way. Curveball on the outer edge. It's 1-0. Swing, hammers it over to the second base side. They'll flip it over to second. Just get Nacho in time. So he'll trade places with Fraley. Fraley's got a little better speed, so we'll take that trade. There is 1 away. Ball was hit hard to the right side of the infield. Diving attempt by the first baseman, Bush. Nico Horner got it and threw it across the infield to Dansby Swanson, who was covering the bag. High risk, high reward play there, because if he doesn't hit that perfectly, that could have unraveled quickly for the Cubbies. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball to Nick Allen. Up top for a ball, it's 1-0. He struck out his first time up. Righty-righty, swing. Pops it back foul. 1-1. One count. Wind is really starting to whip, and now it looks like it's whipping to left field, a little bit out. 1-1 foul back 1-2. Keeps circling around, so it's hard to tell. They'll show one angle, it looks like it's blowing a little bit out, and then the other angle just shows like it's blowing a little bit in. So I don't know if both these are live, but it does look like the one that's starting to tail in a little bit is a live view behind the center field wall. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, sweeper off the edge, 2 down. Two down, and Fraley standing at first. Remember, he was thrown out the first time he was up. What if he may try to take off now? Worst case scenario is you start with the top of the order in the 5th. If you steal the bag, you're in scoring position. First pitch on the way is a curveball banged down the line. One 0. Or 0-1, excuse me. 93 misses high. 1-0. One swing, slices it towards the left field corner, going back just in front of the warning track near the ivy for a loud out number 3 is Ian Happ. Braves get one on, but nothing doing. We go to the bottom of the 4th, leading by 3.
All right, so Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne Johnson, you know, the guy that plays the same character in every movie, decided to take it upon themselves to ask you for your money to donate to their fundraiser. These motherfuckers are worth millions, if not billions, but they're asking you for your money. Gas prices everywhere. Rent is crazy. We got a corrupt system.
Wait, why are we doing minute 30 per draft pick?
That's literally what we've always done.
I mean, personally, if it was up to me, Kamish, I would do 30 seconds per pick. But clearly some people didn't come prepared today. In the first round, reach, am I right? Like,
bro, that's where he's projected.
Who cares about where he's projected, bro? You're gonna let somebody tell you where to draft someone? Like,
what?
Are you a sheep?
Prior to the '88 draft, Tommy Lasorda tried to stir up some interest in a lightly regarded prospect who was a family friend.
I got 5 of my friends who were connected with baseball team to go out and see him play. And 5 of them called me back and said he can't do anything. So that's when I decided we'll draft him.
But even then, the Dodgers didn't take Mike Piazza until the 62nd round.
I think people were a little suspicious. They thought, Tommy's throwing a bone to a kid. He'll be here for a year. He'll be here for 2, and then he'll disappear.
All of a sudden, this rookie hits 35 homers, knocks in 112 runs, and bats .318.
And that was just the beginning. In 1997, Mike had the greatest season ever by a catcher.
You see where that ball was? Over his head. Look where it went. Check his bat. Check his forearms.
He became one of the most feared hitters in baseball.
In my opinion, the best offensive catcher to ever play the game. He was extremely strong in his form and wrist, and literally could flick the ball over the wall.
Welcome back, Braves country. First pitch on the way from Spencer Strider. Swung on and fouled straight back by Suzuki. It's 0-1. 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. The plate that we're supposed to have, John, to put on the trophy, they've been pushing it back, and now it's supposed to be here the day of our draft. So if it's not here the day of our draft, we'll put it on the day after and show it to you. I can't believe it. They pushed it back like 3 weeks. It's ridiculous. The 1-1. Lifted. High into right field. Acuna fighting that sun again. Here making the catch in deep right field. 1 down. We've been an hour into this game, and that sun is still high in the sky. It's like a prop that they've paid for. When I saw this game was going to be played 3 o'clock local time, the first thing I thought of was, man, that's going to be right in the middle of, because usually when they do games here in Wrigley, it's a 2:20 or 1:20 local time. And if it's not, then obviously they play 6:40, which is 7:40 Eastern, which is what the next 2 nights will be. 7:40 Eastern. And I've seen the games, and I recall what the sun's like in those. Usually by tomorrow night, you're not going to have that much of an issue. Maybe in the first inning or so. As the 0-1, check swing and a miss. It's 0-2. But the shadows are starting to creep near home plate, so that's going to be an issue in the middle innings. Strider with only 1 strikeout today, by the way. The 0-2, just below the knees, 1-2. Got to do something here. We can't turn him into a finesse pitcher. I mean, this is Spencer Strider. What are we doing here, Spencer? Lean back and sling that sucker. 1-2. Oh, come on. That's one of the reasons why he's only got one strikeout. This bum behind home plate. Jansen Viscotti, that pitch was right there. Come on, he's been around the plate all day long. The 2-2. Swing lifted high into right field, and she's gone. So you can put that on Jansen Viscotti 1,000%. He should have been sitting on the pine with 2 outs. Instead, it's a 1-run shot. Awful call by home plate umpire Jansen Visconti, and it's 3-1. It's a hanging slider. Wind knocked that one down. It's 19th home run of the year, and the Cubs have cut it to a 2-run game. Really wasn't that terrible of a location. It was over the plate, but it was low in the zone. But it kind of was a cement mixer, so it gave him time to get underneath it. First pitch on the way to Nico Horner. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Outside wide. 2-0. 2-0 count. Braves lead it by 2. Bottom of the 4th. Pitch on the way. Swing. Smacks it foul and out of play. The 2-1 to Nico. Ooh, inside 77-mile-an-hour hanging pitch. 3-1. Thankfully, that wasn't over the plate. That one just fluttered up there. The 3-1. Fastball right there. P at the knees. 3-2. Standing on deck is Carson Kelly. In the hole is PCA. Braves lead it by 2. We're in the 4th inning. Strider, by the way, 54 pitches, so he's fine on that. So far, so good. The payoff pitch. Swing, chops it down the first base line. Braves were playing an over shift. Olsen had no shot, and that'll be extra bases for the Cubs. Horner to second with 1 out. Cubs brought in a couple of new guys today to the fray. They added Aaron Savali off of the trash heap. This is his 3rd team he's been with in about a month. And he was with the Brewers. He didn't like the idea of being in the bullpen. He went to the White Sox, and the White Sox released him. And now it looks like he's going to be in the bullpen for the Cubs. Carson Kelly pitching the dirt. That's 1-0. He was originally supposed to pitch in the Minnesota series for the White Sox today. But obviously with travel and whatnot, he will. But they're saying that he's in the bullpen, so I don't know if we'll see him today or tomorrow, or if they will actually put him in the rotation. 1-0 in the dirt to him. I really think he's a guy that may not be with them long. He's a guy that they're probably going to use if the game gets out of hand one way or the other. I don't believe you're going to see him in a tight game if they can help it. He's got terrible numbers this year. He at one point was a pretty good starting pitcher, but as they say, Father Time is undefeated. The 2-0 to Kelly. Outside wide, 3-0. 4-seam fastball to Carson Kelly. It's a 3-0 count. If he doesn't get Kelly here, this might be a good time to go out there and talk to Strider. He's thrown 17 pitches in this inning. Turns around, fires it to second. Do they get him? Oh, man. Ozzie thinks he's got him. I think he did, too. That's the blind look from kind of a bad vantage point. Looking into the dugout now to see if they want it. They do want to challenge it. Snicker gets the okay from, it's usually Walt Weiss on the horn. Yeah, he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. I want to see a closer look because what they're showing right now, Strider was blocking the view. Here's the throw down. And it looks like they got him, but I haven't seen a good look yet. They're showing some bad vantage points. Looks like he tapped him on the helmet before he slid into the base. Oh, he did. Now, whether or not they're going to overturn it, I don't know. But he just barely tapped his helmet before the hand hit the bag. And I can understand why second base umpire Malachi Moore, though he's not one of our favorites, why he blew the call, because he's having to run and turn, and who knows if he ever got a great look at it. He smacks the helmet, and then the hand comes into the bag. So we'll see what the problem is. It was called safe, so it's got to be overturned. If they can't figure it out, because if you're a Cubs fan, you're looking at it and you're saying, well, Ozzy's knee's blocking the view. But if you paste them together, he got him just before his fingers hit the bag. We'll have to see how it actually plays out. Charlie Morton went today for the Tigers, by the way. He got shellacked by the Mets. Mets won the game 10-8. He gave up 6 in 3 2/3. This is taking a while. Usually when it takes this long, you don't get it overturned because you're going to just say, well, there's not enough. They'll say call stands as opposed to confirmed. Now they're going to call him out, so how about that? What a great move by Spencer Strider. He's gunned down. That'll clear the bases. So you got a 3-0 count. Chorus of boos coming from Wrigley faithful, but it did look like they made the right call. The 3-0 pitch up top for a strike, 3-1. Now, where was that call that barely touched the top of the zone? Same exact pitch, same part of the plate, but a little higher was the one that Strider should have gotten the strikeout for before the home run. The 3-1, full count. We'll do it again. I mean, come on. Strider looks in, his 61st pitch, about to be on the way. The red glove, wind blowing in from center, the payoff pitch. Down and away, ball 4, so he'll head on down to first, but there are 2 outs, and PCA the batter. Pete Crow Armstrong he's had an interesting year. You see him batting low in the order now, and that's because of the way he has played. Now, overall, the numbers are not bad. You're sitting there with 28 home runs. First pitch swinging, pops it up. We'll talk more about PCA's struggles and why he's down in the bottom of the order. It's going to be an easy catch by Fraley, and we dodge a bullet. Give up 1, but it could have been a lot worse. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
We are all familiar with MLB team logos, but did you know there is more to some of them than meets the eye? The Brewers blue and yellow glove contains the M for Milwaukee in the webbing of the mitt and the B for Brewers in the palm and thumb. One of my favorites is the Expos because it has so many meanings. First, it's a giant cursive M for Montreal. Then it's ELB for Expos League Baseball. Most people know that the Padres logo contains the S and the D for San Diego, but did you also know the 2 letters combine to form the P in Padres in the middle? How many of you noticed that the Twins logo underlines the word win in Twins? The mystery behind the Orioles logo is the cartoon bird's mouth. Is it open or closed? The Arizona Diamondback logo contains the head of a snake inside the A, which you can easily miss if you aren't looking for it. The Mets logo contains the skyline of New York with the Empire State Building in the center. But did you know that the color scheme was chosen as an allegiance to the teams that played in New York prior to heading out west? Orange for the Giants and blue for the Dodgers.
Gold Glove awards for catchers are often based on their arms. And Ivan Rodriguez has 13 of them.
Got a force-like pudge behind the plate that's invaluable because your pitching staff basically doesn't have to worry about anybody stealing a base.
Pudge Rodriguez's arm by far was one of the best I've ever seen, and he basically just shut down the running game on other teams.
There he goes. Rodriguez in plenty of time.
He just made you very uneasy on every base that you were on. He could pick you off if you gave him an opportunity.
Pudge also has more hits, doubles, extra base hits, total bases, and runs scored than any catcher in history.
It's a triple for Pudge Rodriguez.
He stayed inside the baseball very well. He could drive the ball to right field.
Has a chance to be fair, and it is.
He could hit the ball down the left field line just as easy, and he could hit it over the wall just as easy.
Out of here! Home run, Pudge Rodriguez.
He was an aggressive hitter with power. It was a very rare combination to have a guy that was that good defensively and an offensive force.
A 3-run bomb, and the man that carried this team on his back has done it again.
Taylor Rogers is coming on, take over for Colin Ray. First pitch on the way is a hang-in sweeper to Matt Olson. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Rogers, the brother of Tyler Rogers, who we saw in the Mets series, the Submariner. This one is a southpaw, and he's a little more of a traditional throw. A little bit of a three-quarter arm, but pretty traditional. The 0-2 count as the second pitch was fouled back. Wind still blowing in pretty aggressively. The 0-2. 93 up top. Strike three, caught looking. And down. First pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna Jr. is rifled towards right field. That ball is going to be hit deep, and making the leaping catch is Kyle Tucker for a loud out number 2. Tucker fighting the sun too. He was having some problems there. Just got it to the top of his leap as he was heading towards the ivy. First pitch swinging by Drake. That ball's going to get slapped into left field. They had the overshift on here in the infield, and the Drake is on once again.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
2 for 2 with the walk. Run scored. That click is clacked. He gave him what they took. What they gave him. They threw a sinker to the outer part of the plate, and he just went with it and slapped it down the left field line. Ozzie Albies, the batter, swing pops up the first pitch. Thankfully out of play. It's 0-1. The shadows are now creeping across the plate. They're about, let's say, 3 feet in front of home plate. So the batter's at a decided disadvantage, probably for the next inning or so. The 0-1. Drifts the sweeper up there. It's 2. Oh, 2 count. Brings it, swings, pops it up. Down the left field line, giving chase to the left fielder Happ. He will watch it go into the stands. We'll do it again. 2 outs. Infield, back into the left. Baldwin standing at first. On deck is Michael Harris II. So you would think Rogers is here to at least face him, even if it goes to the next inning, maybe even down to Fraley. The 0-2, outside wide 1-2. One-two count. Swing, rips it down the left field line. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Into the corner, cutting it off is Happ, but they'll have runners at second and third with 2 outs. And the Wiz coming through again.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and no baby.
Good piece of hitting there by the Wiz. His bat continues to heat up. He's now at 237. Remember, a couple weeks ago, he was at 219. And he was hovering around there for the longest time this year. First pitch to Harris is right there for a strike. Sweeping across, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Pops it back foul. 1-2. Braves 3, Cubs 1. A single here could double the lead. Ozzie at second with good speed. Drake is at third. Infield, back and to the right. Game right now is at the plate. The 0-2. Swing! Rattles it foul. Bounces off the helmet of Kelly to the backstop. We'll do it again. Appreciate everybody spending their Labor Day here on Braves Country Radio. Please subscribe and smash that like when you get a chance. The 0-2. Swing, lifts it down the right field side. Giving chases Tucker. He's lost it in the sun. It'll go up against the wall. Into the ivy, baby! Into the ivy! And the Braves lead it 5-1. An RBI, 2 RBI double by Money Mike.
They know about that.
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
I don't think he would have been able to get to it regardless, but he definitely lost it for a second. By the time he realized where it was, he was just hoping it stayed in the yard. And if you don't watch a lot of games here in Wrigley, this time of year with the ivy fully grown, when it hits that ivy, it just deadens. So you have to be aggressive. It's not like the other. As the first pitch on the way from Rogers to Alvarez is swung on. That ball's going to bang around in the corner. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Money Mike comes around to score, and your Atlanta Braves lead it 6-1. The Nacho Man coming in.
Whoa, check it out.
What?
That guy.
Get me some nachos.
It is a sign. A sign that needs nachos to help me score.
Smoke job into the corner. That'll bring Jake Fraley to the bat. He's 0 for 1 with the walk. And I do believe they're going to leave Fraley in. Don't see any signs of them going to the bench. Why not? Lefty-lefty matchup. Rogers, the southpaw, in to face Jake Fraley. The Shadows covering home plate. First pitch on the way. Sinker off the edge. 1-0. It's about a third of the way covering towards the mound. 1-0. Outside wide. Bounces off the glove of Kelly. Alvarez will stay put. No sense of getting gunned down. For the third out at third. 2-0 count. 3 runs across here in the 5th. The pitch. Sweeper sweeping across and smacking the edge. 2-1.
2
Nacho at second, 2 outs, the 2-1. Way outside wide sweeper, 3-1. Fraley batting .247 on the year, 6 home runs, a .742 OPS, the 3-1. Just gets the call. Looked like it missed the zone. It might have touched it, considering how he's been pinching all game long. Very questionable call. Full count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Fraley chased one off the edge, well off the edge. Ball, strike 3. That'll end the inning. But not before the Braves put 3 more on the board. It's 6-1 here in the Windy City.
Okay, so you guys keep asking me, what was it about my wife that attracted me the most? I fell in love the moment she told me that she was bi.
I'm bi. You wrong. I never said that to you.
Of course, I found out later she meant polar. Oh, it's a condition! It's a condition!
Number 2.
Lawrence Peter Berra, known to everyone as Yogi.
Yogi was quite a character off the field, and he wasn't much different behind the plate.
He'd ask you how you doing. Did you go to the movie last night or whatever? He loved Ted Williams.
Oh, yeah, he made Ted Williams mad. Will you shut up, Yogi? I want to concentrate. But he tried to talk to everybody.
Best remembered today for his wits and wisdom, Berra was one of the best to ever play the game, a model of durability.
He caught so many ball games every season. There were day games after night games routinely. He caught double headers.
What more could you ask for in Yogi Berra, the Yanks' indestructible catcher?
A 3-time MVP, Yogi was quite a hitter. Pitchers simply couldn't get the ball by him.
And Yogi slams the ball into the right field stands.
I can't imagine anybody swinging at some of the pitches that he swung at. He hit him right on the button.
A ball could be on the ground. The ball could be 2 feet over his head, foot off the plate, way inside.
A lot of people ask me, how come he hits so many bats? To me, they look good.
And it's another homer over the right center wall. It's 10 runs batted in for Yogi.
It's not just the number of home runs, RBIs, and his batting average. What was really important was the fact that he was the catcher on so many pennant-winning teams and World Series-winning teams.
And the Yankees are champions. And look at Berra. Piggyback riding Bob Cavalla.
He played in 14 World Series out of 17 years. And then the next year, he managed the Yankees and got them to the World Series again.
With a ring for every finger, Yogi is the game's winningest player.
Why would anyone do drugs when they could just mow a lawn?
Welcome back. First pitch. A strike there to Dansby Swanson. Foul tipped into the glove. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 96-mile-an-hour fastball misses high and out of the zone. 1-1. Braves 6, Cubs 1. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Braves. 1-3-0 for the Cubs. Is the 1-1 swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Dansby Swanson, former Atlanta Brave, he's 0-for-1 on the day, at batting .249. 21 home runs from the shortstop position. And 1-2. Outside wide, 2-2. Two count. Braves picked up Ha-Sung Kim off of waivers today. That's an interesting one. Payoff pitch. Down and away, ball 4. Kim is an infielder. He can play all over. If y'all remember, he came up into the major leagues, the San Diego Padres. With the Rays this year, first pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball off the plate. It's 1-0. Shaw, the batter, he walked his first time up. 1 on, nobody out. 1-0. Outside wide 2. To give you an idea of who the Braves picked up, to know not everybody pays attention to the whole world of baseball. He has a career 49 home runs and a batting average of 241. That's since 2021. Four-seam fastball is called for a low strike. We'll take it, 2-1. In 2021, now realize is the 2-1 swing, chops it foul, do it again. He's 29 years old, so he'll be 30 in the offseason. But in 2021, he had 8 home runs and batted .202 with an OPS of 622. The 2-2 swing, pops it up, foul, and out of play. We'll do it again. 2022, his second year in the league, 11 home runs and an OPS of 708. In 2023, his best season, all with the Padres, 17 home runs and an OPS of 749. Last year, 11 home runs and an OPS of 700. 2-2. This is high, full count. And then this year with Tampa, just 84 at bats, 24 games played. I do know he was on the IL for quite a bit of the season. As the payoff pitch turns and fires it over to first. One of the reasons why you're able to pick up some of these guys, A, the Braves are that low on the totem pole, so that they get one of the first grabs. And B, you're getting the September call-ups, and a lot of teams like Tampa want to see what some of the younger guys can do. What the Braves might be doing is seeing, can this guy play up the middle, even if it's at a platoon role. Pitch is fouled back in out of play, so a full count once again. Full count. Kicks and fires. Swing, rips it down the left field line. That's going to get down up against the ivy. Fraley gives chase. Here comes Dansby around third, heading for home. That should score the run, and it's an RBI double for the Cubbies. 6-2 your score, bottom of the fifth. What's interesting about his contract, and I think the way it plays out is that San Diego would have to pay quite a bit of it, not the Braves. But he has a player option for 2026 as Kranitz goes out to talk to him. Because I don't think the Braves would have picked this up if they were going to be on the hook. I believe they'll have to pay league minimum if he picks it up. And why wouldn't he? This guy's not making $16 million, the numbers I just told you. And the Braves would just decide if they really want to keep him around. But he'll have a player option that he will pick up without a doubt. Because he was a big prospect coming from overseas. First pitch on the way to Bush after that mound meeting is banged over to first. Olsa steps on the pillow. Runner heads down to third base. One away. It's The Cubs have a chance to cut this lead, cut the score in half, with the runner now standing at third and 1 out. You would think the Braves will probably play the infield back with a 4-run lead, but you never know. First pitch on the way is a curveball. Off the plate, it's on 1. Kyle Tucker 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs. Stratton's warming up in the bullpen, the 0-1. Outside wide 1. Come on, Strider, get it together, man. We don't need Stratton coming in here. The game on the line. Strider's at 79 pitches, so he could go into the 6th if he gets it under control here. The 1-1 swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Harris coming in, charging. Here comes the throw to the plate, and they'll slam on the brakes. One hopper gets away, but a good backup by Strider, who was playing behind Baldwin. As the ball bounced over his glove to the backstop, the runner will stay put, and there's 2 outs. Harris unleashed the cannon and almost caused a run as it bounced around. Thankfully, it stayed low and didn't start rattling around off that wall. So that'll bring Suzuki to the plate. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it back. 1-2. Oh, 2 count. So he could be. So Ha-Sung Young Kim. I mean, it's interesting. I'm not saying he's the answer to our shortstop woes, but he is a shortstop. He can play second as well. The 0-2 outside wide, and he does have 49 home runs. A little bit of a pop. The 1-2 down and away slider misses. 2-2. Two count. Outside wide, ball 3-3-2. I do remember when he signed in 2021 with San Diego, they were making a big deal about him. He was a pretty big star in the KBO when he came over out of Korea. The 3-2 lifted high and deep into center. Harris giving chase, back of the Ivy, 400-foot sign. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So, bullet dodged. Braves lead at 6-2. Let's get them some runs, Braves country.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
I've been playing poker with some blokes.
Playing poker with some blokes? You can pack your bags and go.
So can you, sweetheart? This ain't nothing house anymore.
But there's a tier level of like college and adult life, and I'm not going back to the college level tier. You can't go, this isn't walking back into my fridge. Not ever happening again.
Well, no,
Ice
but
at that.
But if I'm somewhere, okay, Busch Light I can deal with. Natty Light, no. Natty Light, I don't even feel like it's, I don't know. Natty Ice, definitely not. That's just a headache in a can. But when I say cheap beer, like stuff that's not, you know, the upper echelon, I'm talking about your domestics. I can live on a domestic. I don't have to have the hippest, $15 for a 6-pack beer. I'm fine with.
Oh, definitely. I mean, heck, let's face it. After the first two, they all taste the same after that.
Well, yeah, and if you're going to drink all day, I'm not trying to mess around with the double IPAs and porters and stuff like that. Dude, you're about to go to a dark place.
Armchair.
I just got out of Target, and this guy said, "Hey, that's not Nirvana on your shirt." And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know Nirvana, man. Bop's one of my favorite songs, okay?
The Red Stockings finished their first season with a record of 65 wins and not a single loss. They also managed to turn a profit for their investors, $1.39. The city that had once prided itself on the stockyards had become the baseball capital of the country, and the Red Stockings spread the gospel from New York to San Francisco, traveling on the just completed Transcontinental Railroad.
Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Well, speak of the devil, Aaron Savali comes in. Let's tattoo this guy. He said, I ain't no reliever. Cubs picked him up because you're in the bullpen. First pitch on the way is hit up the middle. Tough play, 4-3. Will he get him? He got him. Went away. 5.26 ERA. A strikeout rate of 19%. That's bottom of the barrel for starters in Major League Baseball. And he had the audacity to tell the Brewers, I'm not going to be in no bullpen, I'm a starter. Team that's got the best record in baseball. Are you kidding me? Righty-lefty matchup now. Jurickson Profar. It's the first pitch up top. Sinker. First strike, it's 0-1. Inside, almost get him. And Profar flips the bat. He was almost reacting like he got hit, but I guess he didn't. 1-1. The way he flipped the bat out and was walking towards first, that was a weird one. 1-1. Down below the knees, 2-1. Profar, 12 home runs on the year, 37 RBI, 841 OPS. That's the number you got to pay attention to. Very good OPS. The 2-1 pitch. Inside, 3-1. And I think he's going to be a version. They'll be able to put, if they don't sign someone like a Schwarber as a DH in the offseason, then that's pie in the sky. That's who I want. 3-1. Fouled away. Full count. I don't think we're going to be able to match it, whatever he's offered, but it would be great. Let's say we go in and we go get a different kind of DH. As the payoff pitch, caught looking, strike 3. You got to swing that bat, man. Come on. That's right down Main Street. 2 down. But the point being, if you don't go that route with the Schwarber, and obviously I don't think they're bringing back Ozuna, there's a very good chance they're going to go try to find someone who can play either in the outfield or in the infield every day, but you can also throw him into the DH role. Sinker on the edge, on the outer part of the plate, it's 0-1. It gives you so much more, because for the last, since the inception of the DH in the National League, we've always had Ozuna. As the 0-1 up top, curveball, it was a hanger. Surprised Matt didn't take a smack at that one, it's 0-2. But it really opens up things that you can do with the lineup day in and day out, 162 games of putting guys in and around and work real lineups in the 0-2. Misses high, 1-2. 1-2 count. Olsen 1 for 2 with the single, walk, a run scored. Savali, his 11th pitch of the inning. He comes set and brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased the curveball off the edge. Should have swung at that hanger that he got in the second pitch of the at bat. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the 6th we go. Cubbies trail the Bravos by 4 in Wrigley.
I'm not a fair-weather fan who bails on their teams. You were born here. This is your curse. Suck it up. Join the party, the worst party in the history of mankind. But you're in the party. You're on the invite list. You can't get out. You can't get out. No, have you ever heard the song Hotel California? Because there's a line where it's like, you can't ever leave. You are a fan. You don't have a choice. You can't say, oh, the Yankees are good. Nope. The Yankees are dead to all of us. We have to continue to cheer for a team that spends $90 million when others are spending $350 million. We're done. We're done.
Johnny Bench. Possessed with an intimidating throwing arm, no one was better behind the plate than this two-time MVP. And he changed the very nature of the game.
John Bench revolutionized the game two ways. Number one, he really became the first prominent catcher to catch one-handed and not two-handed. Number two, his footwork. I had never seen catchers' feet move so quickly when they would explode out of the box and throw down to second base.
There we go. Bench's throw right on the money. Look at that kid throw.
And the key was his ability to throw would-be base stealers out.
It's the nearest thing to suicide to run on the kid from Oklahoma.
And then there was his bat. The 14-time All-Star hit 389 home runs and finished with almost 1,400 RBIs.
It was enough as a defensive catcher what he did for the team, but it was like an added bonus to have a guy like Johnny Bench in the middle of your lineup being an integral part of the Big Red Machine.
With Bench behind the plate, the Reds won 4 pennants and captured 2 World Series titles.
Bench was the glue that kept that team together.
Very smart, kept everybody in line, so the manager, Sparky Anderson, really didn't have to do much in the way of discipline.
Not everyone thinks Cleopatra was beautiful. That's what Julius Caesar.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Strida is a 4-seam fastball. Up high to Ian Happ. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Happ with a home run his last time up. Swing. Bangs that towards right center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for the Cubs. 88 pitches in. You'd like to get Strider through 6 innings, but not sure if he's going to make it. Nope, that's it. Snicker says that's enough. We're going to go get Stratton. Here we go. Braves lead it by 4, but it's going to get wild with the bullpen usage here. We'll be back in a flash. Braves, Cubs, 6-2 your score in Braves country. Welcome back. Stratton versus Horner. Here we go. The shadows are just about over the pitcher's mound, so that shouldn't be as much of a factor now. First pitch on the way, 96 right there, four-seam fastball to Nico Horner. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it back. It's 0-2. The 0-2 outside wide, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch swung on, pops it up over by the first base side, and Olsen gives chase. He's over there. Ball bounced into the dugout, rolled around. He caught it off the carom and he showed it to the umpire like he made the catch. About as stone face as you can get. Then eventually gave a wry grin to the umpire. You gotta love baseball. He's got a big old grin on his face right now. The 1-2. Swing, pops that one up. Giving chase, same area, and that one's going to drop in between Drake and Olsen in foul territory just past the on-deck circle. You know, those on-deck circles, if we can put it on man-on-the-moon kind of argument, those on-deck circles, they're usually pretty slick, Patty. Why can't they just paint that area, right? Why does that have to be an obstacle for a catcher to be sliding across? It didn't happen there, but I've seen it before where they lose their balance. There's no reason for that. The 1-2, outside wide, cutter, 2-2. Two count, swing, fouls it back, 96 miles an hour. The 2-2. Outside wide, 3-2. Full count. Swing, fouls it back. We go again. Full count, nobody out. The payoff pitch. Swing, dribbles it over towards third. 5, 4, 3. Tried to get the double play, but no chance of getting the runner Horner down the line. He's got pretty good speed, but we do get the lead runner one away. Righty-righty matchup now. Carson Kelly, the backstop, coming to the plate. And he's got typical catcher wheels. He runs a little better than like a Smurf, but he is a candidate for a double play if you can get it on the ground. First pitch on the way, 93 inside. 1-0. Really pinching the zone right now. About half that ball got over the strike zone. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Outside wide. 2-0. 2-0 count. Pitch on the way is four-seam fastball, 2-1. Braves 6, Cubs 2. Double play gets us out of the jam, the 2-1. 2-2. The 2-2 to Kelly. Swing, fouls that back. He throws good heat, Stratton does. The problem that I've always seen with him, not just here, but when he's played against the Braves, his fastball doesn't have a ton of movement. So if he's not placing it correctly, people can tag it. Now maybe the Braves can fix that. Maybe that's why they're trying to get as much time with them as possible as the 2-2. Come on! What's going on here? That's strike 3. Blue misses it again. 75% of that ball was in the strike zone. And Kranitz and Snicker are talking among themselves without saying anything to Blue. The payoff pitch, belted down into the left field corner. Deep right before the warning track, making the catch is Fraley for a loud out number 2. I mean, come on. What is going on here? I remember not being a big fan of this. I think we dodged Visconti the last time through. We saw Malachi, Austin, and Andy. This series, we're going to dodge Austin. But this is one of the most frustrating, because Andy Fletcher pitches tomorrow night, and we've seen him 4 times this year. He's been terrible every time. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss to Crow Armstrong. PCA, it's 0-1. Malachi Moore, he's been in for so long, like you just know that you're in for a long night on Wednesday night. But Visconti, I hadn't seen him in a while. I didn't have great notes on him, but I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. The 0-1, right there on the outer edge, 0-2. 0-2 count. I don't know how we ended. This is at least the 5th time that we would have seen this particular umpiring thing. The 0-2, chops it, bunt, and he'll beat that out. Braves doing the overshift again, and there's just no way to defend that because every team going against us knows Nacho Alvarez is a tortoise for third baseman, and he can't cover that. And once again, we talked about this before many a times, but I'll throw it out there again. The idea that you don't put Nick Allen over there and Nacho over, which is essentially second base territory, because he came up as a second baseman, is just dumbfounding. So 2 on, 2 out. First pitch on the way to Dansby Swanson is a cutter down and away. It's 1-0. 1-0. Cutter misses down and outside, ball 2-0. Shaw stands on deck. Stratton in danger of coughing up the lead here at 6-2. The tying run stands on deck. 2-0. 97 just grabs the outer edge to it. 2-1 count. Pitch, swing, belts it into left center field. That threw for a base hit. At least one run will score. Here comes a throw to the infield. It's a double, and it's 2 runs, and it's 6-4. So another poor choice of going to Stratton out of the bullpen once again. And remember, we've got the expanded rosters now. There's no excuse to continue to make the same mistake. Didn't quite get to the wall, but with 2 outs, they were booking, and PCA can fly. So he was going on the crack of the bat. By the time Fraley got the ball into the infield, it was a pretty good defensive play by Fraley. By the time he got into the infield, Allen had no chance to throw it home. So Braves clinging to a 2-run lead. Kranitz comes out there to talk to Stratton. Tying run is now at the plate, and Dylan Lee is warming up in the pen. Never was able to get into the whole thing with PCA before. But he was hitting the ball really, really well. And when we were talking about it a couple of months ago, he was my choice at the time for MVP if it ended right there, if the voting ended there. And then he fell off. The month of August, after really absolutely, he had 27 home runs at the end of July. He batted 160 with 1 home run. First pitch on the way is a slider down and the way it's 1-0. So he's done. It doesn't matter what he does in the month of September. He's not going to be able to catch the guys that he's chasing. I think it's Kyle Schwarber in the clubhouse right now with Shohei Ohtani chasing him. 1-0 count. Righty-righty matchup. Matt Shaw 1-for-1 with a walk, a double, and RBI. Pitch right down Main Street. It's 1-1. Once again, he's got good velocity. That's not the issue with Stratton. He doesn't have movement on that fastball. And that's by far his most potent pitch because he comes up in the high 90s. But any MLB hitter can tattoo a pitch point if he doesn't have a lot of movement. Swing, pops it up. Well, that's stay in play. 4-seamer came in at 96 hot. Right down Main Street, it's 1-2. One-two count. Braves lead at 6-4. The 1-2. Swing, pops that one up. And that should get us out of the inning. Olsen makes the grab, and we'll head to the 7th. But the Braves' lead is now only 2. What will we do? Acuna's coming to the plate.
Hey, Mom, what's the difference between a light bulb and a pregnant woman?
What, Jesse?
You can unscrew a light bulb.
So you telling me that I gotta come home from work and do work so that way I'm capable of doing the work that I'm supposed to be doing at work? Y'all killing me, man.
Did you know that hypertension and heart disease kill more blacks than anything else in America?
I didn't know that. I thought it was the police.
The men we've chosen as our top 9 righties had to have pitched more than half of their career in the modern era since 1901.
8 strikeouts for Tom Seaver.
The very best right-handed starters for more than a century of baseball. So here they are, beginning with number 9. There are few pitchers in the history of the game who evoked the kind of fear in hitters that Bob Gibson did.
I can honestly say he is the most competitive pitcher I ever met. It was his mound, it was his game.
I love the fire in his eyes. You could see it even
in the old television.
And that fire burned brightest in the 60s, the apex of Gibby's 17-year career as a Cardinal.
He wanted to beat you, and he would do just about anything he could do.
He had that smooth motion, and everything a good pitcher possessed, he had it. There was always that mystique by Bob.
And in 1968, the year of the pitcher, Gibson made the loudest statement.
He became the most difficult pitcher to score on in the history of baseball with a 1.12 ERA.
He was a machine. 1.12 ERA. It's silly.
13 shutouts on the year.
And then when it got to the World Series, he strikes out 17 Tigers in one of the most intimidating performances you'll ever see.
Bob completed 8 of 9 World Series starts and finished what he began 255 times in his career. Come 1974, the man they called Hoot became the first National League pitcher and just the second ever to strike out 3,000 batters.
First pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna Jr. from Savali. It's a curveball way outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Acuna's hit by a pitch, 0 for 2. Scored a run, 1-0. This is a foul back behind home plate. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Down below the knees. Four-seamer. 2-1. Savali coming off waivers from the White Sox, and he didn't have far to travel. Staying in the Windy City, the 2-1 pitch. 89 off the plate, calls that for a strike, but the other ones, he's been pinching. 2-2 count. Brings it. Swing. Just got a piece. No, he did not get a piece of it. Strike 3. Acuna's just going through the motions nowadays. One up, one down. Because they put him at the 3 spot, he's turned into a dead spot in the lineup. Drake Baldwin, your batter now. Braves lead by 2. First pitch, swung on, foul back. It's on 1. Splitter. Looking for a strike, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, chase one out of the zone, about his eyeball level. Right around, heck, higher than the eyeballs. Drake swung at that thing, it was around the A logo on his helmet. 2 down. Ronald Acuna Jr. in the month of August, which was only, he came back on August 15th. But 1 home run and batted .228 with an OPS under 700. That's not going to get it done. First pitch to Ozzie, misses out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0 from Savali. Swing, pops it up. Back behind home plate. He batted .221, Acuna did, in the month of July. With 5 home runs. Now that OPS was up over 800, so it wasn't as noticeable because he was getting some slug, but it's just gotten decreasingly worse. And it really started, we talked about this last time, it started when they put him in the 3-hole and no one has recognized it and changed it. It's like they refuse to admit they're wrong. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2. It's okay to say, hey man, we tried something, didn't work. Let's go back to what was working. The guy was ripping the cover off the ball when he was at the top of the order. The 2-2 count, outside wide, 3-2. Before they did that in July, in June he was batting .360. In May, .367. Full count. Savali about to throw his 25th pitch, but he came off the starting rotation, so he's going to be fine for a while. That ball is popped up back behind home plate to go again. The payoff pitch, swing, lifts it into left center field, making the sliding catch. He hold on. PCA makes another good play. He's impressive defensively. Offensively, he just hit the skids in August. We'll be back in a flash. Time to stretch here in Wrigley. It just hits different here in Wrigley on a 7th inning stretch.
All right, I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Me out to the ball game. Me out to the top. Find me something up and crack down.
Dylan Lee's coming on to try to save the day. Braves cling to a 2-run lead. He'll come set. Lifts the red glove, kicks and fires, slider in the dirt. To the leadoff hitter for the Cubs, the top of the order. Turner. Josh Turner, who's in to pinch hit. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Slider. This is outside ball 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Turner hitting for Bush. It's the 2-0 right there at the knees. 2-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Turner batting .212 on the year. Justin Turner, the most folks would remember him from the Dodgers. Also played for the Red Sox recently. The 2-1 banged over to short. It's going to be a long throw, but a 6-3 putout gets started here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Kyle Tucker, the batter, lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch is a slider right there on the outer part of the zone. It's 0-1. The 0-1. He's 0 for 3 on the day with 2 groundouts and a flyout. Batting .269 with 21 home runs. Fouls it back, it's 0-2. He's not putting up the biggest numbers in the world, but he's going to get paid this offseason. You have any beliefs that you're going to be able to see the Braves get in the market for Kyle Tucker, think again. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch by Dylan Lee. Yak! 2 down. Because he's a 5-tool threat, I mean, he's a very good defensive right fielder. He's got a great arm. Runs the bases well. He's right in the prime of his career. Good left-handed power bat. You're going to see, he won't get Juan Soto kind of money, but he's going to flirt with the $400 million range, if not surpass it. First pitch on the way is a changeup, down and off the plate. It's 1-0. 1-0. Four-seam fastball. 1. Suzuki, the batter, 27 home runs, the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 96, he was going for the downs on that one. Suzuki was trying to send one out there. Is it Wayland Avenue? Waveland Avenue? I used to always call it Wayland because of Wayland Jennings. The 1-2 count. Misses high and out of the zone. 2-2. 2-2 count. Lee, 11 pitches into the inning. Standing on deck is Happ. 2-2. Oh, looking strike 3. Got him. Smoke him if you got him, because he got him. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the 8th we go. It's the 8th inning in Braves country, and you know what that means.
106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour. When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah? Yeah, I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake. Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay. Get it! Hey!
Afternoon, everybody. Put my pants on, one leg at a time. Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
Yeah. I mean, the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Savali is a hanging curve off the edge to Michael Harris II. It's 0-1. Really surprised the Braves aren't smacking that pitch. The 0-1. Down and away 1. He has hung a curveball in the zone to 4 batters, and they all take it. It's just a little surprising. 1-1. Swing pops that one up. Fastball on the inside. The cutter ate him up, and he swung at it. It's one away. F4 in your scorecard. He's just playing. They're playing into his hand. Is what it is. He's outfoxing him. Nacho Alvarez, the batter. Rays have put 6 runs up on the board, but been very quiet here ever since the 5th inning. First pitch on the way is a cutter right there. First strike, it's 0-1. They had a 6-1 lead going into the bottom of the 5th. Coughed up 1 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th, and it's 6-4. Curveball down and away, 1. Oh, I was trying to figure out who in the world they kept putting in the crowd. I guess it's Will Ferrell. Oh, that ball hit him in the shoulder. Oh, that could have been worse. That got up near his ear hole. I think he's okay. High heat, no intent, obviously. But they were set up inside and it sailed and hit him in the top of the shoulder. Appears to be okay as he's heading down to first base. He doesn't want to come out. He's getting a chance to play every day. The last thing he wants to do is to come out of this game. First pitch on the way to the number 8 hitter, Jake Fraley, is a cutter outside wide. It's 1-0. Fraley walked his first time, 0 for 2 since. The 1-0 swing lifts it into right field, fighting the sun. Tucker will make the catch. Fairly well hit ball, but right at Tucker, 2 down. Man, right field is just an absolute. I hate to tell Cubs fans this, but he may not want to resign with having to play there, playing that sun. They did not design that well many moons ago here in Wrigley. First pitch on the way to Allen is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Of course, they didn't play a ton of games back then this deep into the day. So that had a lot to do with it. When they first built Wrigley, they were starting at noon. The 0-1, outside wide 1. They keep, you talk about someone who is starstruck. The guys in the Braves booth are obviously starstruck because Will Ferrell's in the crowd and they keep panning in there. They've shown more of him than they have the game the last 15-20 minutes. The 1-1 swing knocks it into right field. That's through for a base hit, and Nick Allen will head on down to first. Nacho goes around. We've got runners on the corners. Good piece of hitting there by Nick Allen, and we'll see if this brings anything in.
Hitting
back to the top of the order.
Simple physics. Calculate the velocity v in relation to the trajectory t, in which g, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
Righty-lefty matchup. Jurickson Profar, runners on the corners, 2 outs, top of the 8th. The first pitch, high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. High and out wide, 2-0. Allentown is now hitting .222 on the year. So he's been sitting right around that ever since that long slump where he went from about 238 down to 220. He's been sitting right in that area, averaging about a hit a game, a little less. The 2-0. Cutter smacks the outer edge. 2-1. Braves lead by 2, but you'd love some insurance here. Wrigley Field is a house of horrors sometimes in the 8th and 9th innings. The 2-1 swing lifts it high into center field. Fighting the sun is PCA. He'll make the easy catch, and that'll end the inning. Got underneath that one. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the 8th we go. And the Braves clinging to a 2-run lead.
So there was these two guys, and they was talking, and one of them said, "How's your romance life?" And the other one said, "Oh, nothing special. I'm having Social Security romance." And the other one said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I get a little each month, but not enough to live on."
I've had a slight fluctuation with my weight recently.
I see. And how much weight are we talking about?
I gained and lost 60 pounds in 3 months.
Wow, that's almost impossible.
Well, first of all, through God, all things are possible, so jot that down.
Over the weekend, I took my wife to a theater to see a performance that was all about puns. It was a play on words.
Number 22, Jim Palmer.
Jim Palmer was absolutely fantastic.
Palmer with strikeout number 5 on that whistling fastball.
Palmer was tough as nails. He never would give in.
He could strike you out. He could embarrass you.
And he did so for 19 seasons with pitcher-perfect mechanics.
Everything about it was so straight. He looked like Tinker Toys. Everything was angular. And he was fun to watch because of that.
He was just 20 years old in 1966 when he threw a shutout in the Fall Classic, helping Baltimore secure its first World Series championship.
No one could have assumed that he would go on to become one of the 9 greatest right-handed pitchers in the history of baseball.
But he came back big time in '69.
One run ain't gonna do it. That's just what we need to wake us up. But go after him. Come on, Jim.
And he never looked back.
One of the most endearing qualities that Jim Palmer had brought to the Baltimore Orioles was the fact that he had won 20 games on 8 different occasions. The most impressive thing that you have to look at with regard to Jim Palmer's record is the fact that there was durability.
He also owns a bit of trivia that is simply out of here. No grand slams in almost 4,000 innings.
You better lower your mother tone when you talking to me.
Pierce Johnson leads us off here to start the bottom of the 8th on the bump for the Braves. First pitch on the way is a curveball up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Pierce is set to face Ian Happ, Nico Horner, Carson Kelly, the 4, 5, 6 batters. One misses high, 96, 1. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss, 95 up top, 1-2. The 1-2 count. Swing lifts it into left field, and that's going to dump in front of Fraley for a leadoff single. Right off on the end of the bat, kind of a blooper, and the Cubs will bring the tying run to home plate. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way to Nico Horner. Swing and a miss. He was going for the downs on the high heat. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Chicago Cubs trail the Brewers by 6.5 games in the Central. That division's probably cooked. But there is a wild card that you're looking at in the National League is the 0-1. Right there, curveball on the outer edge, 0-2. Cubs lead the top wild card. They have a 2-game lead over the Padres and 4.5 over the Mets currently. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Yak 'em. 1 away. Now a double play can get you out of the inning. The Reds are 4 games back of the Mets for the final wild card. So they're going to have to get hot, and they have not been playing good baseball. They've lost 7 of their last 10. Meanwhile, the Mets have won 6 of 10. Just keep an eye on one team. They're getting a little hot, and they're creeping around. No one's paying attention to them. As the first pitch on the way is a 96-mile-an-hour four-seamer. It's 1-0. And they've got the pitching to put a charge into the wild card. Not saying they're going to do it, but they can do it. It's possible. The San Francisco Giants have won 7 of their last 10 and are now a game and a half behind the Reds. The 1-0, right down the pipe, outer edge, 1-1. And they've got the pitching. One count. Flips it over to first. Back in time. By the way, the month of September, they play a lot of games in their division, but one of the things that jumps out at you, if they're in the hunt down the stretch, is the 1-1. Time is called. Automatic ball. Didn't really matter because the pitch was way out of the zone, and it's now 2-1. If they get to the final week of the season, talking about the Giants, and they're right there on the heels of the Mets, they are at home against St. Louis and Colorado to finish the year. The 2-1, outside wide 3-1. And they've got a tough road in the middle of September. But this is weird. They play for the month of September. They're in Colorado right now. Then they go to St. Louis. They play Arizona and the Dodgers. Then they go to Arizona and the Dodgers, and they finish off with Colorado and St. Louis. The 3-1. Runner goes, and he will have the base stolen easily. They've been running ragged on Drake Baldwin. That's one of the things they got to work on him in the offseason is get a better, quicker, as they call it, pop time. That was a hard pitch to throw him out, but just in general, teams are running. But how strange is that they play Colorado, St. Louis, Arizona Dodgers, St. Louis, Colorado. That's the entire month. The 3-2. Swing belted towards left. That's gone. The game's tied. Pierce Johnson, a hanger. And she's gone. 6-6 your score. 14th home run of the year. And the Cubs have gotten back into this. Talked about this place could be a house of horrors in these games. These day games, late innings. Usually the ball starts flying out. You start getting a lot of runs put on the board late in games in Wrigley, and that's what we got today. First pitch on the way is a curveball right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. That's what that's why when he brought Stratton in on a 4-run lead, thinking that he had a Cruise City. Anybody who watches these games knows anything about it knows that you cannot take it for granted in Wrigley Field. A really dumbfounding move to bring in one of your back-end bullpen guys or front-end bullpen guys, one of the guys low on the list. In a game you could win. Four-seam fastball misses high out of the zone. It's 2-1. PCA 1 for 3 on the day. The 2-1. Swing, belted into right. Acuna fighting the sun. He'll make the catch. 2 down. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th, 6-6 your score. First pitch on the way to Swanson is a soft line drive into the glove of Allen. That'll end the inning. But not before the Cubbies put 2 on the board. We got the heart of the order coming up in a tie ball game here in Wrigley.
If your name's Brandon and you're from the Shreveport area, you don't know me, but you put me down as a reference for that equipment operating job. I'm assuming you got your numbers mixed up. But I just need you to know, dog, I went to war for you. Stood on all 10, son. You probably gonna get that job. Because I let them know you could run anything from a shovel to a traco to run the job, to put him in the office, clean the toilets. It don't matter. I told him how you know how to weld, electrician, certified plumber, jack of all trades, man. I told him how you don't take vacation. Got to kick him off location. Told him how only Christmas gift you need, come to work. Brandon, that boy ain't seen his kids since they was born. 10 years old. All he does, work. Put in all the overtime. Told him that you was going to bankrupt the company, how much they's going to pay you. So, told him if I had 2 of you, send the rest of the boys home. Don't need them. So, just saying, dog, when it comes time them checks, just remember your boy, all right?
And the 3-time Cy Young Award winner relished his role.
You have 3 ways that you can attack a hitter: in and out, up and down, and back and forth by changing speeds. Pedro mastered all 3 of those elements.
The end result of Pedro's prowess was some of the greatest pitching seasons the game has ever seen.
This is a man who in 1999 and 2000 had 2 of the greatest pitching seasons in the history of baseball.
And the difference between his ERA and the league average is well more than 3 runs per game. That differential is ridiculous.
And his 291 ERA plus in 2000 is the best in the modern era.
He knows he's going to get it, he just doesn't know when.
Pedro's mark of 10.04 Ks per 9 innings is the highest ever for a righty with 2,000 innings. And his whip is 3rd best.
You talk about domination.
Bottom line, Pedro Martinez owns the highest career ERA plus of any starting pitcher ever.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. We head to the top of the 9th inning. Keller will be the pitcher. Coming on, the right-hander for the Cubs. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Olsen, it's 0-1. The 0-1 bangs it foul. 0-2. Righty-lefty matchup. Brad Keller, brother Mitch Keller for the Pirates, as the 0-2's in the dirt. Slider misses 1-2. Comes on with a 2.24 ERA. Brings it, swing and a miss, blew it right by him, 99 miles an hour, 1 down. Braves will have Wentz on the bump tomorrow night, 7:40 first pitch versus Imanaga. That's going to be a tough one. Wednesday's a doubleheader, Tigers and Mets here. Early game, and then Braves and Cubs. I'll be rushing home from work, so I'll probably end up missing the very beginning of the game. Well, as soon as I get in, we'll fire it up. As the 4-seam fastball's off the plate, 1-1. We hope to be bringing you the play-by-play by the 2nd or 3rd inning. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Mets and Tigers. 2 teams expected to be in October. The Mets have an interesting schedule, though. In front of them is the 1-2, fouls it back, do it again. They're at Detroit and Cincinnati this week. They have a 3-game series in Cincinnati. That is a huge series because if Cincinnati can sweep that series, the wild card gets a lot tighter. The 1-2 down and into it. But even if they win the series, they gain a game. Then they've got a 4-game series in Philadelphia. So they're going on a 10-game road trip. The 2-2 swing lifts it into left center field, going back, making the sliding catch over his shoulders. Dansby Swanson, 2 down. The Mets will then come back on September 12th to host the Rangers, Padres, and Washington. And then they end their season. And this is not going to be easy. 3 in Chicago against the Cubs. And though the Cubs may have things wrapped up or close to it, you don't bench your guys early in the week. You worry about getting them rest on the weekend. And then the final 3 are in Miami, and you know Miami wants to play spoilers against the Mets. First pitch to Drake was fouled off. It's 0-1. 0-1. High and inside, 98 miles an hour. 1-0. So 1-1 count. Drake, the hero last night, he's 2 for 3. The walk, 2 singles, 2 runs scored. The 1-1 down and away, 2-1. Bounces off the glove of the hind catcher, Carson Kelly. One swing could give us the lead. 15 home runs on the year. The 2-1 pitch, swing, chops it foul towards the first base dugout. We'll do it again. Good to see everybody in the chat here on a Labor Day Monday night as we start to roll into Monday night. The 2-2. Games 2 and 3 of this series tomorrow night and Wednesday night, 7:40 Eastern. 2-2 in the dirt. Change up, ball 3-3-2. Then the Braves get a much-needed day off on Thursday, and then we head back home. We'll face Seattle, these Cubs again next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Is the payoff pitch. Inside ball 4. Man, he is all over the place. And the Drake will head on down to first.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Wonder if they made pinch run for Drake. Yep, they will. Luke Williams was brought back off the IL today. I told y'all when he sent the IL, I said that's a ghost IL waiting for the September call-ups, and that's exactly what it was. He comes up as soon as we can expand the roster. So he'll come in to pinch run, meaning Sean Murphy will go behind the plate. First pitch on the way to Ozzie is 93 off the plate. It's 1-0. You got to look at it from the strategic part of it, too. Not only do you get a faster runner at first, but now Sean Murphy, the better defensive catcher, goes behind the plate at the bottom of the ninth. 1-0. 97, right down Main Street. It's 1-1. Ozzie 2 for 4 with a single, a double, a run, an RBI. 13 home runs on the year and a 658 OPS. Down year for Ozzie, but he's hit much better on the back end since the All-Star break. 1-1. Keller, his 19th pitch of the outing. Swing, slaps it back foul. Four-seam fastball, it's 1-2. If anything gets into the gap, Williams should score with 2 outs. He'll be running on contact with that soft ivy up there against the wall. Very few caroms play quickly off of it. The 1-2 misses high, 99 miles an hour, 2-2. Standing on deck is Michael Harris. He's 2 for 4. The 2-2 count. 2 outs. Pitch. Swing. Fouls it away. Deuces Wild, top of the ninth. The 2-2 count, 2 outs. One swing would put us up by 2. The 2-2. in the dirt, ball 3-2. So now Luke will be off to the races. A long single could score Luke. We'll pull the stream back in case there's anything going on the base pads you may want to catch. The payoff pitch, he brings it high and out of the zone, ball 4. So the Wiz comes through with the
Wiz, I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
Very good at bat by Ozzie. And now Michael Harris II has a chance to be a hero. He's 2 for 4 on the day. He already has 4 RBIs. They're going to go out there and have a quick talk with Keller. Bullpen coach Mark Strittmatter out there talking to him. I hate these new hippie coaches that don't wear the jerseys. I'm like, hey, come on. Been doing this for 150 years. Wear the jerseys. Unless your name's Connie Mack, you better be wearing the jersey. Two on, 2 out. First pitch on the way to Harris. 99 paints the edge. It's 0-1. When Rube Foster quit playing as a player manager, he wore a suit as well. But those are the only 2 that get away with it in my book. The 0-1, 99 at the knees. 0-2. The reason why Rube wore that is because he was a big fan of Connie Mack. The 0-2, swing and a miss, chased a bad pitch. That was a bad at bat by Harris. Couple pitches he should have swung at. He didn't. In the last one, he should have spit on. We'll be back in a flash. We go to the bottom of the 9th here in Wrigley.
Yesterday, I was racking up to play pool with my son. He said, "Dad, you want a break?" I said, "Why? We just started."
I'm telling you right now, y'all better get y'all ass back into work. If you able to get your ass up at 4 in the morning every single day and take your ass to work, then good for you, because I ain't got to get up till 6. I love y'all.
All right, I have diabetes. It hurts me to pee and it causes me to be short with my family. I can't sleep at night. The other day I stubbed my toe and took it out on the dog. And 2 weeks ago I ran out of vanilla ice cream and struck my wife. And then I find out my wife's been dead for 6 years. Who the hell did I hit?
Bag 3. 8 strikeouts for Tom Seaver.
Tom was a real competitor, and he loved winning.
And right from the start, he was terrific.
The finest young right-hander in baseball, Tom Seaver.
The Rookie of the Year and an All-Star in '67, Seaver was an elite power pitcher who became synonymous with the term drop and drive.
If you say drop and drive to anyone who pitched, they would think primarily of Tom Seaver. That's where his power came from.
If I wanted to hit a Nats rear end on that side of the plate, I'd do it. If I wanted the Nats rear end over here, I'd do it. Every pitch I threw is exactly what I wanted to do.
Seaver struck out more than 200 batters in 9 consecutive seasons, longest stretch of all time. He once fanned the last 10 batters in a game, part of a 19K effort in a winning performance against the Padres.
Tom Seaver is the perfect example of a power pitcher that can pitch to spots, and that's an unbeatable combination.
Seaver has become the 17th man in the history of baseball to win 300 games.
He was voted into the Hall of Fame on 98.84% of the ballots.
How may I help you?
I thought you quit.
Relapse, so how may I help you?
John Brebby is coming on the 9th inning. Buckle up, boys and girls. 7.32 ERA. We're not going to chase wins around here. Oh, man. Oh, man. I did not think that's who was coming out of the pen. Someone was asking about the Chicago bullpen. They're a top 10 in Major League Baseball and top 5 in the National League. So they're considered pretty good bullpen. Above average. Not elite, but that's not too shabby numbers when it's all said and done, especially when you're sitting in September. Brebbia Had a pretty good outing with the Braves earlier this week, or this weekend against Philly, but 7.72 ERA, first pitch swinging, slices it towards the dugout. It's 0-1. They're trying to save Iglesias for if they have a lead because they're on the road. And I get that. This is a dicey decision. Roddy Munoz, by the way, was brought up and activated for the expanded 28-man roster. So you can have 14 and 14 as opposed to 13 and 13. 14 pitchers and 13 everyday players. And you can manipulate that because you can take your starting pitcher out. Now, not all teams do it, but you can do it. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. You think of some of the other options down there that you could have went to. It's Shaw and then Turner is the 0-2. That's going to be a soft line drive into left field. That's down for a base hit. And the winning run is standing at first with nobody out. It's kind of a looper. Chased one off the plate. He got the bat head just out over it and got it over the infield defense in front of Fraley. So now Santana, who was just picked up off the scrap heap, Carlos Santana, comes to the plate. 11 home runs on the year. We're going to fire it over first, keep it close by. I was a little surprised that some of the other teams that are in the playoff hunt didn't take a swing at Santana. I mean, I know he's not what he used to be. He's on the very back end of his career, but he is a veteran that's a switch-hitting power hitter. First pitch on the way, 91-mile-an-hour four-seamer. It's 0-1. He's pinch hitting for Turner. He'll stay in to play first if there are extra innings. Smurf is behind the plate, just to confirm what I said the last time. The 0-1, 92 at the knees. 0-2. 0-2 count. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, slider, strike 3. One away. That'll bring the heart of the order to the plate. Kyle Tucker standing on deck is Suzuki. But you had Tyler Kinley you could have brought in. Dylan Dodd. Just a strange choice. First pitch on the way, swing, bangs it down the first base line into the dugout. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Pitch on the way, swing, pops it up. Shallow center. Who wants it? Who's going to get it? Harris calls off Allen, 2 down. So 1 out away from getting this to extra innings. Suzuki, first pitch on the way, 84-mile-an-hour slider. It's 0-1. The 0-1. right there at the knees. Slider, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Brebbia's one strike away from getting out of this jam. Braves 6, Cubs 6, bottom of the ninth. Winning run stands at first. Infield back into the left. The 0-2. Slider down and away. Suzuki thought about swinging at that, but he held up. 27 home runs on the year for Suzuki. Happ stands on deck. The 1-2. That pitch is going to miss. 2-2. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You can't really pitch around Suzuki because then you put the winning run in scoring position with Ian Happ, who's 3 for 4 to the plate. The 2-2 just misses inside slider. Now the runner's going to be on the move, so all that nibbling from 0-2 to 3-2. And the Cubs fans are on their feet. They know that anything that gets down in the gap is going to win the game. The payoff pitch, runner goes swing, fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. Pretty good speed with Matt Shaw, so he was cooking. Braves 6, Cubs 6. Game 1 of a 3-game series in Old Wrigley. Brebbia comes set. Runner, they're going to flip over there to first, keep him close by. This will be the 15th pitch of the inning for Brebbia. Infield back and to the left. The payoff pitch. Swing, lifts it into left field, giving chases Fraley. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So we'll head to extras. Free baseball here in Braves country. 6-6 your score. Top of the 10th we go.
You most certainly have heard of Ted Williams, one of the greatest hitters of all time. But have you heard of Ted Williams, the pitcher? On August 24th, 1940, the Red Sox were facing off against the Detroit Tigers at Fenway Park in the first game of a doubleheader. Ted Williams would struggle at the plate that game, going 0 for 4 with a strikeout. The Red Sox didn't fare much better. Their starting pitcher, Joe Heving, would allow 7 earned runs in just 2 1/3 innings. The next pitcher up, Yank Terry, didn't fare much better, giving up 4 runs in just 2 innings of work. Going into the 8th inning, things were looking bleak for the Red Sox, who were trailing 11-1. Manager Joe Cronin would make one last pitching change, calling on a tall right-hander from left field. He was calling on Ted Williams to finish the game. In his only pitching appearance in his career, Williams would handle himself pretty well. In 2 innings of work, he allowed 3 hits and 1 earned run. His biggest moment would come in the 9th inning when he struck out Rudy York on 3 straight pitches. Prior to that at-bat, York had drove in 5 runs with a homer, a double, and 2 singles. Even though he was solid on the mound that day, he never again was asked to pitch, and thus ended the pitching career of Ted Williams. Have a story about a Hall of Fame hitter coming in to pitch? Share it in the comments.
Roger Clemens broke into the majors in the mid-1980s. He brought a whole lot of heat.
Right down the center of the plate and just overpowers it.
I'm a power pitcher. I enjoy the second part of that because I can pitch.
Case in point, 1986 when he was the All-Star Game MVP and won both the AL Cy Young and MVP awards.
In the decade of the 1980s, without question, Roger Clemens was the most dominant pitcher in the game.
His 13-year run in Boston was marked by a pair of incredible feats.
Clemens has set a major league record for strikeouts in a game. 20.
He's the only man ever to reach those heights twice.
Roger, year after year, was just a great pitcher, and he was a fierce competitor.
Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. Welcome back. Nacho Alvarez tries to show Bunny. Pops one back towards the backstop. It's 0-1. Kittredge, the pitcher. Michael Harris II is your ghost runner. So good speed at second. Righty shows bunt again. Down and away. It's wonderful. I've said this before, but you can tell Nacho Alvarez does not really know how to bunt well. I understand why they're trying to get him to bunt. He has been not good in the past. The 1-1, will he get that down? Not a bad one. It wasn't good form, but he'll get it down and the runner will get to third. He always shoves the bat, and you're not supposed to do it. You're supposed to catch the ball. And he probably hasn't been shown much. He probably hasn't used it much because they don't do it a lot anymore. He got fortunate, didn't pop that one up, and Harris is down to third. Righty-lefty matchup. Profar, the batter, swings, fouls it back. It's 1. What you're trying to do, if you're thinking about this at home, you're not aware of it, you're trying to get above the ball, and it's almost like you're trying to catch it, because you're just trying to make soft contact, get above it, and make sure it hits the ground. Well, he poked at it, but he got lucky, he got the right spin. The 0-1, swing, fouls it away, it's out. But it's not taught much anymore, and he probably hasn't bunted much in his lifetime. If he came up as one of the top hitters in high school and whatnot, he probably never bunted. And they don't teach it much on the farm anymore. The 0-2 to Fraley. Walked in the second inning. The pitch on the way. Swing. Chops it off his instep. Goes down like he was hit by a sniper. And I think that got him right on the instep. Maybe even got him on the end. His face is red. It's always usually a pretty pinkish hue anyways. He is a redhead, but he looks like he's in some pain. Oh, he's on his toe. I thought it hit on the instep. They're not showing it. The camera angle wasn't a great angle, but when they peer back from the third base side, you see it smack on his lead foot right on his toe. It looks like he's going to try to tough it out. I mean, you've got Eli White there. If he gets on base, you might as well put Eli in there to play defense. Right on the toe. So an 0-2 count. Brings it. Swing, chops it down the first base line. We'll do it again. Still lifting that foot. You can tell it's still biting. The 0-2. Swing, pops it back foul. We'll do it again. Infield is playing in, so anything hard hit has a chance to get through the hole. The 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, chase one. Down and in. That was a nasty slider, 2 down. Two down, and Marcell Ozuna will now pinch hit for Allen, which means Brujan will come in to play defense. You know, it would have made more sense to have Ozuna bat for Fraley because he's a fly ball guy, and all you're trying to do is get the run home. And then you could have had Eli come in and play left field, or wherever you want to put Eli in the outfield. He can play all over. That's just not thinking 3 steps ahead. That's just reacting to what what's happening on each of that. 6-6 your score. But if I'm going to have Ozuna come up, I'm going to have it with the one out so a fly ball can tie the game. First pitch on the way, up top for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kittredge, 11th pitch of the inning. Inside, slices it foul. It's 0-2. Braves 6, Cubs 6. Braves had a 6-1 lead. Not only is it 6-6, but it's 10-10, 0-0 across the board. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors for both. The 0-2 and the dirt 1-2. Stratton gave up 1 along with the run that was left out there when they took Strider out. Pierce Johnson gave up a 2-run. Is the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So, we'll head to the bottom of the 10th. Ghost runner for the Cubs. It's their turn here in Braves country.
Yeah, just a sec. Is there an Ernie Pantuso here?
That's you, Coach.
Speaking. I'm not a drinker. I can honestly say I never had a beer in my life, okay? It's one of my only good traits. I don't drink. Well, I've never had alcohol. I've just, for whatever reason. Can you imagine if I had? What a mess I'd be. I'd be the world's worst.
We need to talk. I think this relationship is...
If you leave me, I will kill myself.
Major League Baseball could not have asked for a greater superstar at the turn of the 20th century than Christy Mathewson.
Matty was one of baseball's first marquee stars. Handsome and well-educated, he left college for pro ball and landed with the New York Giants in 1900.
Mathewson is an iconic figure as the popular hero of his era.
He was the first real pitcher who had a repertoire of pitches. I mean, he was a guy who could throw a fastball, and he had a variety of breaking pitches. Some broke in, some broke out, some broke up, some broke down.
And he had a great curveball and an out pitch that he called a fadeaway.
Later to be called the screwball, Christie used his fadeaway to compile more than 2,500 strikeouts during his 17-year career.
His fadeaway, a strikeout pitch. It was a killer pitch. It was used in the pinch.
And in the pinch, Mathewson excelled, leading the Giants to their first World Series title in 1905 with one of the all-time postseason performances.
He pitched 3 games, won 3 games, and all of them were by shutouts.
3 years later, the Christian gentleman dominated his league, capturing the pitching Triple Crown for the second time in his career.
It is clearly one of the greatest pitching seasons ever, winning 37 games. He also saved 5. Christy Mathewson was largely responsible for 42 wins, which I think is just remarkable.
Think of it. This is a guy who was leading the league in strikeouts year after year and suddenly became the guy who led the league in fewest walks per 9 innings year after year.
His 373 victories are tied for 3rd all time.
Vital Brujan comes on to play short. Yes, Nicholas. Vital Brujan is a shortstop, so yes. 3 for 4. Ian Happ has a chance to be the hero. Brebbia back out there for another inning of work. First pitch on the way. Outside wide, it's 1-0. Suzuki is the ghost runner, so he's got pretty good speed. Four-seamer on the outer edge. It's Happ 3 for 4 with a solo shot at 2 singles, 2 runs scored, a stolen base. The 1-1 foul back. It's 1-2. One-two count. Slider. Bangs it back. Foul will do it again. 1-2. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it one more time. Brevia, 20 pitches now. Standing on deck is Horner. Kelly in the hole. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the slider, foul tip. Murphy held on, one away. First pitch on the way, swinging. Slider, Nico Horner knocks it into the crowd. It's 0-1. Nico 1 for 4 on the day. The 0-1. Swing, lifts it down the line, foul. It's 0-2. Suzuki stands at second, representing the winning run. 6-6 your score, bottom of the 10th inning. Braves had a 6-1 lead as it slowly melted away, and here we are in the 10th. The 0-2.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.